Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with a Spain news update. We'll have a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press here in Spain, and we'll also take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel recently by viewers. Before I begin, a huge thanks to all of the people that have supported the channel in recent times, whether it's by buying me a coffee, whether it's through the super thanks option on YouTube, longer term supporters on Patreon, or channel members of this channel. Thank you very much for that support. Now, straight into the news, and illegal immigration here in Spain again dominating headlines. Yesterday, 8 migrants were rescued off the coast of Benidorm, of all places, but another 3 people who were in the same boat are still missing, unfortunately, and the search for those people has been called off. As we can read here, 8 migrants rescued in the waters off Benidorm and the search for 3 more missing people suspended. 8 migrants have been rescued off the coast of Benidorm and the search for another 3 missing people has ended without success in an operation coordinated since Monday night by Salvamento Marítimo in Valencia and the Capitania Marítima in Alicante, and closed at midday on Tuesday. The alert was given by a private vessel after finding 5 people in the water wearing life jackets at around 7:20 p.m. on Monday. Salvamento coordinated the rescue by air with a helicopter and by sea with the Guardia de Mar Polimnia and the Red Cross patrol boat, and they were found to be in good health, as Salvamento sources confirmed to Onda Cero. The migrants stated that they left in a small boat from Algeria for Alicante on the 27th of June, according to Salvamento Marítimo sources who told Onda Cero that they were in good health. So some good news and some bad news in that story. 8 people rescued, but another 3 people still missing, and unfortunately, as we saw there, the search for those people has been suspended. Now, the second piece of news, and Spain is once again breaking records when it comes to international tourism. As we can read here, Spain breaks records for international tourist arrivals, 33 million up to May, and 43.2 billion euros in spending. Spain is heading into a new record tourist season with more than 33 million international tourists up to May, which is 13.6% more than in the same period in 2023. In addition, spending by these travellers reached 43.2 billion euros, 21.8% more than a year ago, according to figures published on Wednesday by the National Statistics Institute, the INE. Specifically, 9.3 million tourists visited the country in May, 1 million more than a year ago. These travellers spent 11.68 billion euros in the country, 19.7% more than a year ago. Both figures represent record highs. The average expenditure per tourist per day, the indicator that the sector pays most attention to because it reflects a better quality of tourism, continues to grow and reached 204 euros, 8.6% more than a year earlier. Moreover, the average length of stay was 6 days, with each traveller spending an average of 1,263 euros, 7.3% more than in May 2023. So there we go, international tourist arrivals here in Spain up on last year's figures, and they're spending more money. 42.3 billion euros to be exact. I'll repeat that figure, 42.3 billion euros. And the government, no doubt, rubbing its hands with glee with all of this tourist cash coming into the country. And if this trend continues as far as international visitors is concerned, all records will be smashed this year, 2024. Now, the next piece of news, and it's a strange piece of news involving the Catholic Church and the website OnlyFans. And as we can read here, the church has annulled a marriage because a wife hid an OnlyFans account from her husband before marriage. Eternal love, but with an OnlyFans account. Lawyer Enrique Sainz has faced one of the most curious cases of his career, which has ended in a marriage annulment. A couple broke up their marriage because the wife hid from her husband that she had an account on the network which is known for its erotic content. She had registered before the marriage marriage and had not told her partner about it. It was only when he found out that he asked the church for the marriage to be annulled. It seems that the marriage had a secret or two. The lawyer himself has told this story on his Instagram account. Saith usually gives legal advice on his social networks, but on this occasion he wanted to provoke debate among users on such a socially controversial subject. So there we go, a man marries a woman who had previously set up an OnlyFans account posting erotic content to that site, no doubt. She didn't tell her husband about this side gig, and when he found out, he went to the church to annul the marriage. So a strange story, as I said, but let's be honest, you have to be upfront with this type of thing when you go into a marriage, right? Let me know your opinion in the comment section below. And the final piece of news we'll look at today about a prawn peeling competition that was held recently in the south of Spain. And as we can read here, 35 prawns peeled in 2 minutes. The record of the Pelagambas competition held in Seville. 2 minutes and 71 hundredths of a second to be exact is how long it took Francisco Javier to peel and eat 35 prawns in a bar in Alcalá de Guadaira, Seville. In other words, 1 prawn every 3.5 seconds. This is the time to beat in the Pelagambas competition that has been held for the last few weeks in the bars of the La Mar de Gambas franchise. Each bar holds its own contest. Most of them are in Seville, but there are also some in Cádiz, Huelva and Badajoz. For each contest, there are 10 contestants, says Daniel Ordóñez, marketing manager. The first 10 customers who sign up via the website are the ones who will take part. So there we go, the record so far in that competition, 35 prawns peeled and eaten in around 2 minutes. So if you fancy yourself as a fast prawn peeler, maybe that competition is for you. Now let's have a look at some comments that have been left on the channel recently. One here from Hedgler: there are parts of the country where the mass tourism is mainly Spaniards and not a Giddies thing. Yeah, Hedgler, thanks for the comment, and that is true. There are parts of the country that cater to mainly Spanish tourism. You'll get the odd foreigner thrown in every now and again, but mainly you will see Spanish people taking their holidays. And do locals complain about this? It seems not, because a lot of the anti-tourism graffiti that has popped up in places around Spain is written in English and not in Spanish. So foreign tourism, the easy target here, easy for xenophobic politicians and organisations to get people onto the streets to complain about foreign tourists, and not taking into consideration that a lot of the tourists that are going to these hotspot destinations here in Spain are in fact local tourists, and they also use up accommodation and other resources in these places. But giddies or foreigners, as I said yesterday, low-hanging fruit. One here from Paul Gerard: how things change. It was not long ago when people and businesses were in difficulty due to COVID and the tourists staying away. It's their neighbours and others. They rent these places to the tourists, including the Spanish tourists. So why not do something about that? Tourists go home is no answer. Yeah, Paul Gerard, thanks for the comment, and my point exactly. It's not only foreign tourists that are using services like Airbnb and Booking, it's Spanish people as well. And you're right, 3 years ago during COVID, the tourist sector here was on its knees begging people to come back to Spain. But as I mentioned in yesterday's live stream, in my opinion, all of these tourist protests here in Spain are just the smokescreen to hide the real problems. One here from Jeff: hundreds of apartments have been and are being built in the Campana district of Marbella, priced way beyond the means of the average wage earner. The tourist market is targeted by these developers with the local authorities' blessing, thus creating the imbalance of the local population. Yeah, Jeff, thanks for the comment, and this is a situation that has been going on for years and years in places like Marbella. The local population has been priced out of that area by greedy politicians and greedy developers. And when people start to feel the pinch, they blame foreigners, and the people that should be copping the blame get re-elected. One here from Richard: Mr. Puigdemont's situation is going from bad to worse. The Catalan party in the part of France where he now lives and calls Catalonia North returned less than 3% of the vote last Sunday. Yeah, Richard, thanks for the comment, and the whole Carles Puigdemont situation is an absolute and the sooner this person disappears from view, the better it will be for the majority of Spain. I'll say it again, the majority of Spain. But hey, that's just my opinion. One here from Usah. Hi Stu, I enjoyed your video on Santander as all the rest. I was watching a video on a number of beautiful villages in Spain, great for visitors, and wondering if you might include some in the future. I know you have a family with a lot of responsibilities, but was thinking how nice it would be with you as our host or guide in lieu of bots often used for narration. Thanks again. Yeah, Usah, thanks for the comment and glad you liked my recent video on Santander and other content that I publish. And yes, I would love to get out and about more often and visit all of these picturesque towns and villages here in Spain and record a video, but I do have family responsibilities. And it's interesting the point that you make there, all of these videos popping up on YouTube showing different towns and villages here in Spain that are made by artificial intelligence. The person making the videos has probably never traveled to Spain in their life and has no intention of doing so. It's a pure money-making operation and they're called faceless videos, meaning that there's no one showing their face, and basically YouTube doesn't care. Because personally, I think that YouTube and other social media platforms should reward creators that get out and about, travel to different places, filming original content, rather than reward people that sit at home and create this content made by artificial intelligence. But again, that's just my take on the matter. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And the final one here from Contrary Mary, don't like the idea of digital currency, no privacy on what you're spending your money on. Yeah, Contrary Mary, thanks for the comment, and obviously you are no fan of digital currency, something that we saw on the channel the other day because the European Central Bank is planning a digital euro. And obviously you're one of these people that still uses cash for your daily transactions. You prefer to go to the bank every Monday, take out your cash and spend it throughout the week so that nobody knows where you are spending your money, right? And obviously you don't use any credit cards or debit cards because that would mean that the bank and the credit card company would know exactly where you were spending your money. So good luck to you and keep on using your cash and viva la libertad! On that note, I'm going to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have anything to add to the conversation today, the comment section is the place for you. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego.